I can tell you're gonna say it. You could say that the Leafs have lost their game against the Jets. Showtime. Pity point. Whoopsie daisy, this team is ruining my life. Leafs lose 6-1 to the Winnipeg Jets. Oh, can't wait to see what Steve's gonna say about this one. Because you know when the Leafs lose real bad, he gets all crazy. Gets super mad. You know what? Here's how bad that game was. I'm not even mad, I'm just disappointed. Yeah, that's right. That's where we are with this one. Let's talk about the good stuff, which I guess is the first half of the first period. Early in the game, we received an answer to the question, when the hell is Michael Grabner gonna get a goal? Daniel Winnick to Grabner right in front. Boom, it's in the net. 1-0 Leafs. Grabner putting the puck past Connor Hellebuyck. I'm just gonna throw this out there, Winnipeg Jets fans. I didn't know how to say that name until I heard it on TV last night. And I would try to bring him up because I know he's supposed to be good. I just all those letters. Yeah, man, I don't really know about Andre Pavlik. I mean, Michael Hutchinson might not be that good, but that Connor Hellebuyck kid looks pretty good. What was his name? Hellebuyck. Right after that, Leafs defense gets caught. A1 scoring chance. Cross crease. Garret Sparks. Huge pad save. Oh, it's going to be that kind of game. Way to go, Sparks. It was just a sign of things to come. Just a sign of the Leafs laying down the red carpet for the Jets in the slot. Forget a carpet. The Jets had a parade into the Leafs defensive zone all night like they were friggin' Aladdin. Drew Stafford just rolling in like Prince Ali, fabulous he. Who's got him? Who's interested? I mean, the goal looked sick and it was a sick goal, but behind a lot of sick goals is really bad defense, and that's what happened here. Then Drew Stafford gets his second of the night. This one's on the power play. This one, yeah, you hang on Sparks a little bit. Where are you going there, pal? And even though Sparks was out of position on that goal, do you think Dion Phaneuf now appreciates how hard it is to be a goaltender? Work on your butterfly, Dion. Just, whew. And then at the very end of the second period, a lot of you were like, oh, Steve's gonna get out the whiteboard again. Because Nazem Kadri got destroyed by Tyler Myers, and Myers got an interference penalty. Kadri's period ended early. Now, if I thought Kadri tried to draw that call, yeah, maybe I'd do it. And yeah, I do think Kadri could have maybe avoided that situation a little more. And I do think he's amazing at drawing penalties. I don't think he's out of his mind and is like, I'm gonna go brain first into this. Hi everyone, it's so good to see you again. I'm Nazem Kadri Bob Ross, and today we're Leafs fans, Jets fans, let's meet in the middle. That was 1 minute for interference and another minute for being too tall. Second period, even though the Leafs defense wasn't great in the first, this was the beginning of the end. Outside of that Myers penalty, let's look at the first period penalty summary. Mark Stewart tripping, Brian Little tripping, Daniel Winnick hooking, Leo Komarov tripping. It looks like there's some lazy feet on the ice, and whoever works harder might just win this game, which is super cliche, but when you're not moving your feet, you get a lot of stick infractions like that. The Winnipeg Jets did not get a penalty after the first period, and maybe that's a credit to Paul Maurice going, hey, knock it off, or maybe that's just the Leafs stopped moving. Jets outshoot the Leafs 12-8 in the second, and I'm not sure where that 8 came from. I'm surprised the Leafs even got a number that high. And in the third period, I'm trying to think of a single period where the Leafs hung their goalie out to dry more. And yes, this includes that awful stretch at the end of last season. I think we might be looking at, God, maybe the third period from the Nashville 9-2 game last year. $1:25 into the third period, the Jets come in on a 3-on-2. Leafs have 2 guys coming in on support, shouldn't be a problem. Doesn't look like there's any communication going on at all. Scheifele is able to score an easy goal, 3-1. Just over a minute later, again Gardner and Phaneuf, this time mostly Phaneuf, gives the puck away. The Jets come in, and Ladd is just like, hey, what's up, Garrett? Super nice to meet you. Oh no, let's talk. Look, I got all the time in the world. Halfway through the third period, Phaneuf's penalty expires. Holy hell, what a period he had. Leafs, another just complete breakdown. Polak is all spun around, and the Jets are able to score. Brian Little, 5-1. And then the Peluso goal. Hey, with all due respect to Peluso, congratulations on your first goal of the season, but it was evidence that the Leafs just stopped trying. They stopped. And look at the pairing that was out on that one again. I'll give you a guess. And in the middle of that defensive mess, yeah, the Leafs managed to get 16 shots on Connor Hellebuyck in the third period, but I gotta disagree with something Doug MacLean said. He said that he made a lot of difficult saves look routine. I think he made a lot of routine saves look routine. Oh, and I almost forgot. That Nick Spaulding goal, that's a goal. Was Daniel Winnick in the crease? Sure, but where would you like him to go? You tell me. Video review has been good for some things. Goalie interference calls, I'm not so sure. Because in my eye, not just against the Leafs, I've been watching other games around the league, they get it wrong on the review as many times as they get it wrong live. And you could say, hey, that would have made it a 4-2 lead for the Jets. Leafs only down by 2. Jets have a young guy in net. holy smokes, Leafs could actually come back in this one. Bull. That would have been nice if that happened for sure, but you can't just take your ball and go home in the middle of a game. A lot of the Leafs should be embarrassed for how they played against the Jets. Garret Sparks is not one of those Leafs. And you know, Steve, what's the problem? You knew the Leafs were bad. Look at them in the standings. Well, like, what's the shock here? Look, they're not winning a lot of games, but they're in most games. And that might have been their poorest effort of the season, or at least the third period was their poorest period of the season. And for me, this is a test for Mike Babcock, because this is not the team he has built so far this season. That didn't look like a team given a Mike Babcock effort, and I want to know what he's going to do about it. I'll tell you one thing I'd like to see: Frankie Corrado play against the Minnesota Wild. If I'm Frankie Corrado and I don't play the Wild, I'm pissed, because the Leafs are about to play their second game in 2 nights on a road trip. They just had their worst effort of the season. What better time to put in your spare guy? I don't know who you replace. I mean, Martin Marincin played the least amount of ice time of any Leafs defender with 14 minutes 45 seconds. If you don't think Frankie Corrado can do that on the second game of a back-to-back, the rest of your team is tired or not trying. I don't know. Why do you have him then? Another thing I'm going to be looking for against the Wild is less penalties, please. The Leafs took more shots on Connor Hellebuyck than the Jets took on Garret Sparks, but 9 of the shots Sparks faced were on the power play. Hellebuyck, 1. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you expected something different out of this video, because I like to make things funny. I'm just disappointed. That was garbage. I hope for a better effort against the Wild. That's all I know. So thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Highlights down below. Why would you watch the highlights? Don't watch the highlights. I made 2 videos yesterday for sportsnet.ca. Go look at those. Those links are down there, and awful.